Hi, everybody. It's Delusion Dispeller. I just wanted to share this article that I found. Um, as you know, I've had a channel on narcissism and borderline personality disorder and other kinds of disorders and all kinds of stuff. And I started with that back in 2008, and I've kind of been putting up some of my narcissistic personality videos, and I just decided to deviate a little bit and share some BPD stuff with you guys. Might find it interesting, I don't know. But I'm going to just read this article to you. It's not my article, it comes from BPD Central. I've been researching stuff on BPD Central for a while. It's a really good website. If you haven't checked it out, you should check it out. All right, so why are these types of relationships so complicated? It's because of these things I'm going to talk to you about. So, the first one is low emotional intelligence. There's more than one way to be smart, in addition to the kind of intelligence you can measure on an IQ test. There's emotional intelligence. I think One Love was talking about this recently. Emotional intelligence is about monitoring emotions, both your own and those of people around you, and then using this knowledge to guide your thinking and actions. Many people think that borderlines don't have empathy. They do, it's just that their own emotions are so intense, they can be oblivious to the emotions of those around them. They're like a drowning person who grabs onto a would-be rescuer and pulls them both down. They mean like under the water, I guess. Impulsive aggression. Impulsive aggression is what happens when the other shoe drops, when the eggshells break, and the emotional roller coaster takes a 180-degree turn. It can be triggered by immediate threats of rejection or abandonment paired with frustration. The aggression can be turned inward, self-injury, suicide, or turned outward, raging, verbal abuse, domestic violence. Impulsive aggression is associated with a biological tug of war between the logical and emotional aspects of the brain, in which the logical side loses. These aggressive tendencies can be inherited. Hold on a second, I gotta answer the door. Just a second. I'm reading an article. I'm on a live phone. Talk to you in just a minute. Oh, sorry guys, I just totally messed up my screen here. Um, the dishes. No, it's bleach. Um, Impulsive aggression is associated with biological tug of war between logical and emotional aspects of the brain. I think I read that part. In which the logical side loses. These aggressive tendencies can be inherited. Think of impulsive aggression as a border lion, a ferocious beast that is uncaged when BP's emotions are so strong and overwhelming they can no longer be contained. It's not exclusive to BPD, but a component of several impulse control disorders such as intermittent explosive disorder, which I'm pretty sure my daughter has intermittent explosive disorder or had as a child. I know that two people in my past back in the early 2000s had a lot of aggression, a lot of reactions to, confrontation or rejection, or when I would pull away, they would like overreact and stuff. So I think they may have had, a lot of these traits. Whether the border lion is turned inward or outward, it's one of the top barriers keeping those BPDs and those who love them from developing the close, trusting relationship each partner yearns for. It's going to be tough, but try to hold fast to the notion that your family member or friend or whatever and the border lion are not one and the same. Definitely easier said than done. I can tell you from past experience with those people I'm talking about. In addition to fearing abandonment, people with BPD are overly sensitive to rejection. They anxiously await it, see it when it isn't there, and overreact to it, whether it's there or not. This is why small slights or perceived small slights can cause major messes. Yeah, I remember Dove, my one friend. She would react like crazy to that. People with BPD may seem as mature as any other adults in social or professional situations, but when it comes to coping with strong emotions, they can be as stuck as a They can be stuck at a child's developmental level. Their sadness may be similar to the way a child feels at being left out by the other kids. When angry, it could be the anger of a teen, outraged at a parent's refusal to let them attend a party, as in, "You're ruining my life." There can be a childlike, ever present vulnerability personified in Princess Diana and Marilyn Monroe, both of whom had many classic BPD traits. By the way, I'll be doing a um, commentary about Princess Diana and probably Marilyn Monroe at some point. I am going to be doing one soon about somebody else, another celebrity. 5 familiar fights, relationship behavioral patterns. These are 5 fights that you get with somebody that has BPD. I'm just going to briefly go over them. I'm not going to talk about everything in detail because hubby's home and I want to spend time with him. The "it's your fault" fight. And these are examples from this article. Once my BP girlfriend snapped at me for looking through some DVDs the wrong way. I asked her in a very even tone of voice, "What are you getting upset about?" For the rest of the day, she sulked and gave me the silent treatment. For BPs to admit to themselves or others that anything about them is less than perfect would be admitting that they are defective. Number 2, the heads I win, tails you lose fight. My mother is the master of double binds. When I call her, as soon as I get home at the end of my day, she is short and rude because she's in the middle of something. But if I wait until later in the evening to call, she says in an accusatory way, "You've been home for how long and you didn't call me?" You know you're in a no-win scenario when you're darned if you do and darned if you don't. People with BPD are consistently inconsistent. Yeah, Dove was, definitely. Projection fight. There's nothing wrong with me. There's something wrong with you. People often try to avoid feeling bad about their own unpleasant traits, behaviors, or feelings by attributing them, often in an accusing way, to someone else. This is a common defense mechanism called projection. People with BPD take it to the extreme. Number 4. Almost done, honey. Read. Well, I didn't want to neglect you. You're not neglecting me. The "I hate you, don't leave me" fight. I am totally confused. My BP boyfriend broke up with me on Tuesday. Then, on Friday, wanted to know what I was doing over the weekend. I remember one night we had a great time together and had a great relationship. Then he started a fight over nothing in the next morning. When people get too close, people with BPs feel engulfed. In turn, they distance themselves to avoid feeling controlled. But then BPs feel neglected, even abandoned. So then they try to get closer again and the cycle repeats. The testing fight. This is the last one that we can have a discussion, if Matthew's okay with me discussing something. Before I recovered from BPD, I would tell people, "I'm just testing you to see how much you love me." I knew that I couldn't start with a full-blown BP rage, so I started slowly and softly and slowly. With each test I set forth, and the person passed, I upped the ante and said, "If you loved me, you would do this or that." People usually accepted the most outrageous and inappropriate behavior to maintain the relationship. You might think that once the non-BP passes the tests, their borderline family member would feel more secure. But that doesn't happen. Instead, people with BPD think, "Why would a healthy, normal person take the abuse? There must be something wrong with them." So you can't win for losing with these kinds of people because, and I know this from Dove and Susan from years ago, that no matter what I did, I was always wrong. If I stayed with them, I was dumb for staying, because why would somebody stay with somebody that, mistreated someone that way? But if I left, then I was terrible because I was an awful friend for deserting them. So I couldn't win at all, ever with them. So I just wanted to share that with y'all about the past people in my life, Dove and Susie. Because that's really how it goes. Hi, Mololo. Good to see you. Anyway, that was a really good article. If you want to read it, it's at bpdcentral.com/borderline personality or borderline disorder BPD relationships. And I just decided to put that up there because I have other borderline videos and it was time to do another one. And I just got done doing an NPD video. So I figured, why not? What? I know, it's been in here flying around. I keep catching them. There's more of them. Do I need to stop what I'm doing to catch it? You're going to freak out about it?
Ooh. Okay, I'm on.
It won't hurt you, honey. It's just a moth type thing. Okay, hang on, y'all. I have a really low battery on this, but I think I can plug it in maybe. Hold on a second. I'm going to let you stare at the ceiling a moment. I might have to catch a bug because Matthew doesn't like bugs, and he's kind of freaking out about it.
I like some bugs, just not alien-looking creepy ones. Like moths and those little armored things.
Yeah.
I'm okay with spiders now for some reason.
It depends on the spider if I'm okay with it or not. I can't get this open. Do we have anything to open it with? Where did it go? In the light?
I don't know. I went that way somewhere. As long as I don't see it, I'll be okay.
Okay, anyways, there we go. If the bug doesn't fly, we should be okay. I don't have to do anything. I just bleached my shirt, and I'm pretty upset about it. I wish there was a way to unbleach shirts, because I just gave myself some polka dots on my good blue shirt. Oh, well.
Whoa.
What'd you call me?
Nothing that needs to be repeated.
Okay.
My bad.
Matthew's mind's overworking today here.
With something, dude.
I just took it easy today. I wasn't feeling it with nothing today. But at least I got answers about my feet, so I'm happy about that. Alright, now I'm going to plug this in. We should be okay to continue talking. Alright. And there's many more traits of BPD, but I think honestly everybody knows at least one or two people that have these traits that are raised by, controlling individuals.
Did I do it again?
What did you do?
Leave my phone somewhere.
But basically, the main thing about borderline personality is that people fear abandonment. Even if it's not real abandonment, they even fear the thought of abandonment. Like, if you're in a relationship, I know with Dove years ago, anytime I would have to go, like, even just to go eat dinner, she'd just try to keep me on the phone longer. Like, no, please, you don't have to go yet. Can't you just wait another 10 minutes? It's because, and I've talked about this before, object constancy. It feels like if somebody is going to leave, they disappear forever. They disintegrate. It's as if they never existed. Because to a borderline, they cannot maintain the thought or memory of that person very well in their mind. And Dove could not. She just absolutely had to have me there at all times. And if she even thought that I was going to talk to somebody else on the phone, she would freak out. And it was hard to have a relationship with somebody like that. So any of you that are in relationships like that, my heart goes out to you. I don't know how you do it, because I can't. With Dove and Susie last year, sure. That many years ago, whenever it was, however many years ago it was, 10 years or whatever. I remember telling myself, I'm never doing this again. And then, of course, I kept hooking up with other people that had similar circumstances, because you go with the familiar. Your brain just goes there. You're like, I don't know, it's a subconscious thing. You just automatically find yourself in familiar territory. And it's never healthy. It's always out of balance. I suppose everybody needs friends, obviously, but when it comes to, there's this book, it's called When Helping You is Hurting Me. There comes a time when you have to say, I can't enable this. I can't keep doing this. I need to back off. I need to pull away. And so you do. You have to just go to higher ground, I guess. And I did with Dove. I had to just say goodbye. And then eventually she said goodbye to me too. But yeah, it was hard for her because she wasn't used to letting go. It was not an easy thing for her at all. When she did finally let go, though, she grew as a person. And I guess she's doing pretty good from what I can tell. She's definitely had a lot of healing in her life with not just emotions, but physical healing. Amazing physical healing. Anyway, I'm probably not staying on here very long. My battery is at 5%, and my phone does not seem to be charging with this charger. So, yeah, I'm probably going to have to head off of the phone because it's not working for me, unfortunately. Hey, Mommy Mars. Matthew's waving hi, too. So I just wanted to share that with you quick. I am going to be uploading my other narcissism video. I have them all kind of lined up to put up as the days go on. They're all made, they're all produced, but they're not all online yet. And I'm working on that. So, all right, I'm going to go for now and go spend some time with my hubby and just relax and see where the night takes me. You're welcome. Good night, everybody. See you next time.